The plan is simple. Today we turn Striker Jones from this into this. To do that, we're going to head over to the DLC where we can Giga buff Striker with the following starting artifacts. His base skin gives Malicious Mauling, which triples his damage to mob class balloons. And weirdly enough, does not give a downside to Striker. Kind of an insane artifact for what we're trying to accomplish. Additionally, we're going with the same old usual other two artifacts, although if you have not seen them already, then One Monkey Army doubles their damage to bosses and makes heroes count as every category, and then Battlefield Commission can combo by giving XP and counteracting the 0 XP that you gain from One Monkey Army. My guess is that we have such an insane head start that this should be a very easy challenge to breeze through all 4 stages. Just check this out. At the starting campfire, we're gonna recruit to see if there's any monkeys that buff Striker. There are not, so instead, we can enhance the already broken Malicious Mauling to go from 3 to 4x damage. Seriously, with just our starting artifacts, we already have a whopping 16x boss damage multiplier. I repeat, 16x. Just like usual, we're gonna track stats throughout this campaign to see how much Striker can stack up. Map 1, just so you can compare at the end, Striker definitely needs a lot of help in attack speed, so me thinks that's what we're gonna focus on. We have 3 chests before any real action, and at the very first one, we have an interesting choice. 16% damage is much better than 8% attack speed, but as I said earlier, if we already one-shot Bloons, then technically having attack speed is better, even if a lower percentage. Chest 2, I can pick range, damage, or pierce. I think ultimately, we're just gonna go harder in damage. Chest 2, just a bunch of junk. I'm very confident in a legendary if this minigame is a race, and it is, which is awesome, because Striker excels in having a lot of pierce, even though we currently have 0 pierce bonuses. And if you saw at the beginning, I didn't bother to track pierce because we really don't need to look into that. I think he has enough. Nothing to put our money in other than Striker, so let's go. Because I'm unsure of about just how much he can handle, let's just send out 5 round start. That's not too much, but should give us a good indicator of whether we can send more. And it feels like it is getting pierce cap, so let's hold. But thankfully with One Monkey Army, every single explosion reduces the cost at the next level by like almost 8,000. Okay, not 1,000, but it goes down really fast. So keep at it, and in no time, he'll be at a giga high level. However, he doesn't have the attack speed to keep up with all these leaking, so I am going to send slower. We've already lost a good amount of lives. In fact, instead of wasting money on inefficient hero leveling, let's get utility. Monkeys don't have on-hit damage anymore, but they do have utility. Like, they can still slow down Bloons and whatnot, so what we can do is get a Shell Shock to stun Bloons in place. We're also down to 181 lives. I think Cerams are our kryptonite. Oh my god. We're gonna die to Ceramics because Striker's damage is just a little bit off. Oh god. 28 lives? I'm dead, aren't I? Oh my god, that's gotta be super unlucky if this does end up being the end. Please no. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I got way too aggressive. You know what? I gotta redo it. Because I can very easily get a rare here. I think I just sent too aggressive for a legendary. 3 minutes is a pretty hard bar to clear, I guess, on the first game. Alright, new plan. Let's just gun for a rare. So it's like 6 minutes. I can take my time. And also, I should have gone Distraction Ninja. It comes with the party. And it's probably exactly what I needed because the mortar was way too unreliable. Ninja can just blow back anything that's, you know, near the exit. Like Cerams, for example. So that they're no longer a threat. Now, is that so hard? Oh, also, we got a glue gunner. We got a glue that I'll probably just do a mob glue into... No mob glue. We have mob damage, so just glue hose. Glue hose, and I can probably send every round out now. Although I do have several minutes to spare, so I'll take my time. Just in case the mob glue is a bit slow. But all rounds out now, this should be fine. Right? Prove me right, Striker. Prove me right. There's level 20, and perfect. We just had to get to level 20. That was our issue the first time around. Whoops. Well, 1 life is no biggie. We still have 4 to spare. No damage here, but Confuddling Spelling can make Striker who stuns Bloons do more damage to them. Doesn't work on bosses, but definitely will help on, like, stages like that. And oh goody, at the Campfire, we can actually recruit some utility. I'm gonna personally pick the Ice Monkey. Arctic Wind might be pretty useful to keep a nice low aura. And Stage 1 Merchant, 12% attack speed, 20% damage in exchange for 18 tokens. I say worth because we're going to easily grab more tokens along the way. And these are his stats coming into Stage 1. Should not surprise any of you about just how crazy that boss damage number is, considering what we started with. 22x is just incredibly hard to fathom. Anyway, let's hold some money again in case we will leak something. And if we do, let's just pre-buy an Arctic Wind. Send out the first round. And let's see how true that 22x multiplier really is. For example, let's put him on strong now. Although, not too fast. I'm still leaking random crap, which is annoying. But, okay, look. One shot on strong is 100 damage. Yep, I think that about tracks. The fact that I'm still leaking is very concerning, so let's just get double shot distraction if I need. I'll get a goddamn Bloon Jitsu. I guess Zigzag, oh yeah, I don't know about trading off 12% damage for Zigzag projectiles when they're incredibly slow, although I think it's a slow and steady doing that. Remember, slow and steady decreases projectile speed by 35% in exchange for 15% damage, which may not be worth it when it comes to, you know, encountering situations like this, where I leak an entire ceramic and now I'm down to 200 lives. Even though Striker is literally blasting through Vortex here. That's insane. I guess I will just get a Shell Shock then. First Skull now. Sure, we'll get Quickening. Rip discount. I really want to keep putting it on strong whenever possible, though. Hopefully my towers can stun long enough that I can try to attack Vortex as much as possible here. There's another Ceramic leaking. Are you kidding me? There goes my wiggle room. Well, that sucks. And now it's out of range. Great. I guess we have to rely on Striker's ability hitting Vortex. Actually, you can't even target Vortex. The ability will target Bloons and not the boss, even if it's the only thing on screen. Well, at the very least, by the time Vortex rolls around again, Striker will probably be very close to level 20, so we shouldn't really have to worry. The only thing that would get us at this point is Striker or Vortex stunning Striker. And also, check this out. Let's save Concussive Shell for right there. See what I did? Because we can't target Vortex with it directly, we just wait till the strongest Bloon is under Vortex and then use the stun for a whopping, I think, 200 damage. Might as well squeeze in any extra damage we can just to lower the chance of stunning. Like, here, come on, don't stun, good. That was last skull. One last pick, Quickening is good, and GG. I want to say GG easy and it wasn't even close, because it really wasn't. The damage was overkill. But I did lose 80% of my lives, so if anything kills us, it's not going to be a boss, it's going to be the Bloons that come out. Now we have the ability for Striker to knock back Moab class Bloons and blow back Bloons, although given he already has a little bit of utility in himself, aka the slight knockback on Bloons, I might consider swapping that artifact for some more stat bonuses if I need to. Stage 2 is Bread Bloon. Should be an easy one. Alright, recruit section, we got a 000 Alch, which is expensive to turn into an Alchemist, but a buffing Alchemist, but I'll do it anyway. I don't have all day to wait for the perfect Alchemist. This is a legendary chest, so all three are legendaries, and we probably only have one choice here. Biggest Beacon. Support towers having 20% extra range, I think, also means Striker inherits that range, because he's counted as support tower, so add the village, like, 10% range, and yeah. Think of it as like a 30% range buff plus 17, because remember the jungle jump, so now Striker's even bigger. There's another rest tile here, so I'm gonna use this opportunity to increase my attack speed with Zig then Zeg, rare. Please, another race. Oh, it's least cash, and wait a minute. Can Striker even hit on this map? So if you place him here, oh, you can't, because it's a small tower only. This reaches, but barely. That's very spooky though, so instead, I'm gonna do this. Thank God for the ice tower. Now, our goal is what, 9k to spend? 7.8, okay. That's still enough to buy a village, right? 7-9. No. That's a gold or silver. Damn, no village then. Okay, is Alk buff the lower budget? Perfect. This is what I'm gonna roll with. Hopefully it works out. Can't spend any more on striker levels. This has just gotta get all the way to 18. I mentioned this in my previous runs though. They made least cash really, really easy because you get a boost to pick every single round now. So having all those stat bonuses is just nasty. That I'm going to blast through multiple of them after this round here. And just look at how much, like, stronger I can get. 7% attack speed, 20% damage, and 7% more attack speed. And I would say that coupled with the rate that we're getting XP means, yeah, I don't have to even think about buying the next boost for free. Literally, you don't even see the mob spawn out. He has so much mob damage that somehow we pop the mob all the way up there. Just absolutely nuts, yeah. One shot. We can one-shot mobs now. How much crazier can we get? 30% more damage? Yeah, I gotta. Even though a Chinook would be better for my utility, don't want to get caught on, like, bloody puddles. I just can't pass up 30% though. That's too much. Next up is a chest where we can get even more attack speed. 33%. Very good. This legendary also gives us money mulligan, which is probably good in the long run to give us rerolls if we get garbage. End stage merchant, only good thing is this 8% ability and cooldown, which brings us to the following stats coming into stage 2. Note, the speed is considering only one monkey, aka striker, on screen with the too many cooks, although I'm almost certainly going to add an alchemist and a village. But Alchemist and Village also buffs attack speed, so it technically makes it higher than 1.83 anyway. Let's make sure we can put Striker in the middle, basically. Village range is so big, we can just put it over here. And this time I won't forget. There's so many times I keep forgetting that primary mentoring and training will work because it counts as a primary monkey. But my excuse, I'm just way too accustomed to using this for only real primary monkeys. Hell, even the newest, like, latest monkey, Desperado, I sometimes forget about. Anyway, Dry Bloon should fall really, really quickly here. Even though it does have 37,000 HP, just take a look. Each shot is literally 200 damage now. You add the stun on top of that, or the concussive shell for slightly more DPS, and this should be a breeze. How in the hell is this Striker's, like, potential on stage 2? Already. Also, I'm not sure if this works, but if the improvement applies no hit damage anymore, does he still give +1 to balloons around it? It says resist, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna assume no, but regardless, it literally doesn't matter. I literally didn't pick up a single middle boost either because this is so strong. Wow, that might just have been the most dominant performance I've seen. And I was there to see Wilt 100. Kidding. I wonder if I used one of my 10 rerolls on here. I'm just gonna see. Oh, we only get... I thought maybe we could have gotten artifacts, but nah. Just instas. Well, that was a waste of money mulligan. No biggie, though. Super quick stage 2. And oh boy, we just got hit with the longest map on stage 3. So far, I have yet to run into this map. This is going to add a lot of time if I don't start skipping tiles, which I might do. And because the right side has more rest tiles, I think I'm going to go this way. Like, even though I'm going to plan to skip a lot, we're going to pick up so much crap along the way here. Thanks to the fact that we have no choice but to pick 2 really, really long paths. Once again, recruit, and hey, we got an out buff, but for cheaper, so I'm just going to pick it. The very first chest we encounter is a legendary. And all 3 lack stat bonuses, so this is a great time to use our Mighty Mulligan. Only 10% attack speed for a legendary. Do we risk it for another reroll? I feel like we should. Good. It was worth it. 30% more damage for 1 extra reroll is definitely worth. Normal chest, I'm not going to use a Mighty Mulligan. I'm just going to take the range, accept it. I don't think commons are worth rerolling IMO. Legendary Campfire, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do the funniest thing and turn Malicious Mauling, rare to legendary, for now 6x multiplier to mob class. Take a guess at what our multiplier is now right now, by the way. This minigame is finally erased, and finally, I think I can flex how good Striker is. The goal is 2 minutes and 33 seconds. We can start with an out buff and all that. Send slowly. By slow, I mean up to 17 only. Maybe even higher than that. Yeah, let's actually go up to around 20. I think this is much different from the early stage 1. Early stage 1, we just didn't have the attack speed nor damage. With more damage, you will create less junk, because before we were turning Cerams into Bloons, which we didn't have the Pierce for actually, but you know what? 29 rounds now, this is not even close. Oh my god. Striker stun. And there we have it. We didn't let a single Bloon turn the first bend of Winter Park here. And so, we absolutely smashed the top time with just 1 minute and 14. Seeing stuff like that will never get old in this DLC. Never. And oh my god, this is so risky, but I think for the memes I gotta do it, right? This is such a terrible, I repeat, terrible artifact in general, losing so much attack speed, but triple damage to Moabs? I think we can recover enough attack speed. Trust me. This is for the damage. See, talk about recovering attack speed. We get a legendary at this legendary Bloon encounter. And then here, I'm just gonna heal, so I can skip a lot of tiles here. Don't mind if I do. Races just can't stop being thrown at us, so let's pick up another legendary. This time it's Endurance. And the goal is to pop 700, or do 700,000 damage. Should be very easy. Knowing this guy here. I keep accidentally pressing the run button. And then dropping this Alchemist here. But here you should see Exhibit A on... Oh, okay, attack speed really does matter here when there's a lot of random Bloons. Uh-oh. Might I have done goofed? I definitely did. I can't send as many rounds as I think I can because of our low attack speed. That's kind of embarrassing. The best we can do is stronger Stimmy. Seriously. At least until we start getting more levels, and so more general attack speed, and also, of course, Arctic Wind. Let's just get stuff to slow things down in the radius here. And just look at the multiplier to mobs, guys. One-shot mobs, but that's not even the craziest part. Watch it one-shot okay, dang. It didn't one-shot a BFB, but we're damn close. So damn close. Okay, I think we can go up to probably 34 rounds now that we got level 20. You can also use the artillery command ability, right? No, only when there's a bomb tower with an ability on screen, which is annoying. Fine, I'll do that, so that we can actually get double damage on... Or we can actually use this ability to get double damage on him. This is truly disgusting. I can't even wait for Bloons to get in the bend here. Striker literally just hits them and deletes them. 2 shots to the ambulance. You know what? Let's send the... I think the bad is around 47 spawn. So let's see how quickly Striker can handle that, or did they change it? Nope, they didn't change it. Hit the legendary, so I'm gonna stop sending. Just so y'all can see the bad damage, okay? Here we go. How many shots? How many shots is that? I couldn't count because of the zigzag, but that could not have been more than 10. Alright, fun time's over, and now to take on the boss. Game just said, we saw you do so much damage. How about you take more damage? Gladly. And man, that sucks. You can't Mighty Mulligan merchant items, and all 8 of them don't give damage. But that's okay, because this is what our stats look like coming into Stage 3. This is probably the most unbalanced I've ever had it. Funnily enough, the speed is exactly at a 1x multiplier. But if you guessed somewhere around a 200x multiplier to bosses, then, well, good job. That is an absolutely filthy multiplier. And the thing is, unfortunately... I know Blooners will spawn a bunch of gunk at the exit, so I have to lean Striker a little bit over here, which means I have to wait a while for Blooners to actually get in range, so I guess in the meantime we'll just power level him to level 20, just with the Bloon spawns. But I sure hope Striker comes into range soon, that would be nice. Alternatively, I can again use Concussive Shell to time the explosions. I think one did 2,000 damage there. And no, that ability is just there mostly for stun, not to do damage. I can also really badly feel the ability cooldown nerf. Only 64% of it, the normal amount. just in case you're wondering. One more, and there's a skull. Let's try to pick damage for memes. 20%. And let's chill now. I think Striker can hit Bloons, so let's try to target strong. And if the targets can get through, then you'll see that each shot does pretty much the same as Concussive Shell, 2000. Okay, this is kind of scary, so let's do some attack speed. Those pinks. They're giving me a run for my money. Because in doing so much damage to Bloons, we spawn a crap ton of pinks. But we can't handle that amount. So let's keep on running until we get an attack speed like that. I think what I need to find an overclock in this build. An overclock would go so hard in the paint. Okay. And now, double damage for 10 seconds. Come on. Come on. The shots aren't getting through because there's too many pinks in the way. Big rip. But when they do, guys, look at how badly it's chunking. Now this is epic. Bloons is also an essence that I would like to get rid of because it will slow down my monkey even more, since Striker will count as that. And now pick this campfire, or this side because of the legendary. And our final boss is Phase. Now sadly, I think throughout this run we played 0 mini-bosses, I think, which would have been funny to see, especially late on here, but the alternative would have been taking by far the longest path. And ain't nobody got time for that. This legendary is going to be easy choice. We need attack speed, so let's do Too Many Cooks from 33 to 80. Chest numero uno gave us pretty much nothing, so I'll just pick a random rare and exchange it. We still have 7 mulligans left, so I'm going to start using them at this point, and good choice, because we did get 16% more damage here. Another mulligan reroll. Perfect. Another encounter giving us 30% more damage. At this point, are there even any damage artifacts left? Let's see here. Well, Sports Specialist is not damage, but it is exactly what we need to recover from. So, sure. Sadly, the only real buff at the last merchant is Squadron Together for 26% attack speed. We're also going to pick range because I can. But the rest are worthless, and that's what we're going to roll with. Coming into the very final boss of this run here. These are our final stats: 6.5 times more damage, 2 times the attack speed, slower cooldowns, and 236 times boss damage. In case you're wondering, yes, I did pick up every single of the targeted legendaries for damage. So 30, 30, 30, and 30. Pretty crazy we got that in such a short amount of time. What map? Alright, they're gonna give me an easy one here. Now, obviously, we had to play Phase in the past to get it, but imagine we had Essence of Phase for this guy, then that 236 times would be multiplied by 3, because camo. Anyway, you know the drill. Alpha Village, I'm so sad I couldn't get an Engineer, but that's okay. An Engineer gives only attack speed in the first place, and the true spectacle here is damage, so let's see. Just how quickly, or rather how chunky, Striker can take down Phase here. Well, it looks like it's going to be fast enough that I don't even have to pick any of the mid-round boosts, so you know what, let's not do that. We earned this. We earned the opportunity to not have to press anything. And I hope with this run I earned a like from you guys for this video. I don't know. Do it if you want, but do let me know if you are enjoying this kind of stuff as much as I am. We still have a lot of heroes, a lot of towers that I would like to try this out with, so whatever you want to see next, let me know down below. And oh man, this would have been nice to have beforehand for even more gaudy stats, but we'll take that. And we'll extract a raw legendary damage, why not? GG's. And once again, thank you for watching. Click here for more videos like this, and I hope you have a nice day.